Have you guys heard about Trump's new email scam? Because if you haven't, you are in for a treat today. The New York Times just broke a story detailing how Donald Trump's campaign has been relentlessly sending out these emails that come across as a sweepstake. So if you enter, you win a prize. Or if you go to a rally or donate a massive amount of money, you can win some sort of prize. But the only thing that's missing is said prize. So Donald Trump is sending his supporters on an endless chase, looking for some sort of joy, some sort of prize that does not exist. You can see some examples on screen here, and the New York Times article is titled "The Contests, Clubs, and Big Promises of Trump's Fundraising Emails." And the more I break this down, you'll realize this makes perfect sense. It is an extension of all of the grifting the Trump family has done throughout the years, and especially recently with Donald Trump's new crypto coin that he's trying to place his sons, Dumb and Dumber, as the head of, Beavis and Butthead, whatever you want to call them. They are now at the head of a new crypto company that will be entrenched within the government if Trump gets back into office. We have a lot to break down and only 22 days to go, so make sure you drop a like, double check to make sure you're subscribed if you appreciate the information, and let's lay the groundwork with this clip of Donald Trump at a rally straight up lying to his audience's face.
And I also gave you $35 insulin, which Biden and Kamala are trying to take. You know, I was the one that did it. And, you know, it's interesting because I did it, but it doesn't kick in for like 2 or 3 years by statute. And when it kicked in, I said, you know, I better win this thing because otherwise whoever the hell is president, they're going to take credit for
that. Is a straight lie. He is gaslighting the audience. Even the Harris Rapid Response Team said, fact check, this is a blatant lie. Trump did not cap insulin costs. Biden-Harris did for seniors through the Inflation Reduction Act. Trump's Project 2025 wants to repeal the very act that capped insulin costs, therefore raising those costs for over 1 million Americans, primarily seniors. That is Donald Trump straight up gaslighting the crowd. I also want to play this clip of VP Harris shredding him because at the end of the day, we are a pro-democracy channel, and I want to start boosting the pro-democracy candidate much, much more.
Let's fast forward to right now. His staff won't let him do a 60 Minutes interview. Every president for the last half century has done one, anyone who's running for president. Everyone has done it, except Donald Trump. He will not debate me again. I put out my medical records, he won't put out his medical records. And you have to ask, why is his staff doing that? And it may be because they think he's just not ready and unfit and unstable and should not have that level of transparency for the American people. There's a real choice in this election.
She makes a really good point there about the transparency or lack thereof with the Trump campaign and with the sycophants surrounding Trump. We know for a fact that Trump will only allow loyalists into his campaign and into his new administration, and his litmus test is essentially, do you think the 2020 election was stolen? If they do, then they get a free pass to be in his cabinet. Therefore, these people will be willing to lie for him, to cover anything up for him, to go to extreme ends to make sure that he wins, and we see that every single day. So before we dig into his new scam, I just want to show you this article, which is one of my favorites because it perfectly encapsulates the just insane amount of scamming that Donald Trump does. It's titled, "Trump Plans to Launch His Son's Crypto Business on Monday, 50 Days Before the Election." Obviously, this was written 28 days ago, but the contents of this article expose perfectly what Trump is doing. Former President Trump plans to deliver remarks next Monday about cryptocurrency and the launch of his company, World Liberty Financial, which he just launched, a crypto company controlled by the Republican nominee's sons, Donald Jr. and Eric. His speech will come 50 days before Election Day, an extraordinary use of dwindling campaign time to promote a personal business. This is the line right here that gives everything away. This is an extraordinary and uniquely stupid use of dwindling campaign time to promote a personal business that will eventually be entrenched within the government. The Republican former president has long mixed his political and business interests and marketed sneakers, photo books, Bibles. Now he's marketed watches and coins. Melania's selling a book. He has his own stock, his own social media. Quote, "We're embracing the future with crypto," says Trump. And as part of his presidential campaign, Trump has pledged to turn the United States into the, quote, "crypto capital of the planet," raising red flags that he could use the federal government to help support a business tied to his family. So again, to recap, Trump is is using dwindling campaign time to promote a personal crypto business where he plans to turn our country into the crypto capital of the planet. Donald Trump then tweeted out a few days ago, October 12th, World Liberty Financial Token Sale goes live Tuesday morning, October 5th. This is your chance to help shape the future of finance. Be there on Monday, October 14th at 8 a.m. This is hilariously desperate. I don't know why I like this post. I think I meant to bookmark it right here. Someone said, do you ever stop grifting? It's so tacky. This may be the tackiest thing I've ever seen from a presidential candidate, and Trump has continued to hit that new low repeatedly throughout the campaign. He also just tweeted out an hour ago, I believe it is very important that Kamala Harris pass the test on cognitive stamina and agility. Her actions have led many to believe that there could be something very wrong with her. This is gaslighting to the highest degree. This is the definition of gaslighting. VP Harris took a test. Her doctor came out and said the test was absolutely perfect. She nailed it. Trump refuses to take one, refuses to do a debate or a 60 Minutes interview, and now he's gaslighting the public. Even 60 Minutes and CBS, in order to protect lying Kamala, illegally and unscrupulously replaced an answer she had given, which was totally bonkers, in quotes, with another one that had nothing to do with the question asked. Also, she is slow and lethargic. We know that he's called her much worse than slow and lethargic. But back on to the main article of today. I think I've illustrated pretty well how Trump is using his platform to grift, and I haven't even shown you the worst videos of him saying, please buy this watch, please buy this NFT or this new coin. He releases a new one every day, but this article reads, since former President Donald Trump announced his 2024 candidacy, his campaign has promoted dozens of contests for supporters to win signed merchandise or VIP trips to meet Mr. Trump. It has offered a myriad of exclusive opportunities to join clubs or to give counsel to Mr. Trump. It has repeatedly claimed that Mr. Trump is personally reviewing lists of small donors, but most of the contests seem to have no winners, and the campaign did not confirm or provide evidence that the club members have had any opportunity to advise the former president of anything, or that Trump is even paying attention to these small donor rosters. The New York Times looked at some 7,400 emails sent by the Trump campaign since Mr. Trump entered the presidential race. About one-third of the messages dangled an incentive to entice recipients to make small donations. Here are the 41 sweepstakes that were offered in the Trump campaign emails as of last month. And of course, we won't go through all of them, but I want to go back to what I said at the beginning of the video. Trump is dangling the opportunity, some sort of incentive, like a salesman, so that his supporters will donate and endlessly chase something, like a never-ending treadmill that they're just running on. So it says, a signed presidential announcement, never happened. A signed MAGA hat, never happened. A trip to Mar-a-Lago, never happened. Personalized video from Trump, never ever happened. You can tour Trump Force One, or a VIP to a campaign rally, or a trip to Beverly Hills, or a trip to meet Trump in Lexington, never happened. A trip to meet Trump at Trump International, meet Trump in Vegas, a signed MAGA hat. None of these ever happened. The Trump campaign emails have hawked the following 47 memberships to advisory or council clubs or opportunities to join a list that never happened. The signed Christmas cards for Trump, the Patriot of the Month status, the 2023 Trump founding membership, which promised that you would be on a board of advisors to Trump, but never happened. These are tangible items of Trump branded merchandise, including 110 individual pieces of clothing that never manifested into reality. A free gift from President Trump, Legend collection shirts, a Trump MAGA yard sign. And I see what's going on here. When they say in quotes, free gift from President Trump, I guess grift would fit as well, it's because Trump is just putting those in the emails. It just says free gift from President Trump, but it never elaborates or says anything else. So he's using the most salesman-like tactics to sell stuff. Unfinished business shirt, a Beijing Biden shirt, Trump was right about everything sticker. These never manifested. Look at this massive list. It never ends. The Times also reviewed campaign emails from the Democratic candidate and former candidate VP Harris and Biden. Combined, they have sent just over 1,600 emails since Mr. Biden declared his candidacy in April of 2023. Ms. Harris and before her, Mr. Biden have far outpaced Trump in fundraising this cycle, including from small donors. While 1/4 of the Biden-Harris messages offer donation incentives, there were far fewer options, 9 contests, contests, 2 memberships, chances to be listed on a wall of donors at Mr. Biden's former campaign headquarters, and about 3 dozen unique pieces of merchandise. And you can see right here, weekly emails sent by campaign. The Trump campaign is all about merchandise over here, which is blue. The purple is contests. And then the yellow means clubs. Over here, the Biden campaign, or the Harris campaign, which is what it turned into, barely offered any of those. Whether they are written by Mr. Trump himself or by members of his staff, as is likely the case, the tone of the emails are generally consistent with Mr. Trump's manner in public appearances, both chummy and very alarmist. And I would be willing to bet that the Biden campaign actually executed on these promises because the promises weren't anything crazy. They said they'll have a wall of names at Biden's headquarters. That is easy to execute on, and that is much different than Trump meeting 200 different individuals, or however many got that email, probably tens of thousands of people. To be sure, emails using sensationalistic language and even manipulative tactics are not unique to the Trump campaign. A study published shows that most campaigns use that. I can actually confirm that as somebody who has signed up to many emails. Even Kamala Harris and Tammy Baldwin will send emails with big alarm bells. That part is normal, but they don't send emails saying that our country is being invaded or our country is about to be stolen. That is not normal. That is much different. Enter to win. Maybe. Sweepstakes are a near constant fixture of Mr. Trump's campaign email strategy. In the 673 days of Mr. Trump's current candidacy covered by the Times analysis, his campaign ran at least one active contest for 446 of them, and several contests were run simultaneously. And here are some examples. You'll get your picture taken with President Trump and a hat sign. Are you going to hang? The picture will take in Las Vegas. Friend, the best part is I may even show up to meet you. I mean, I'm signed up to the Trump campaign email because I like to keep track, and I get these all the time, even one saying, Adam, what are you wearing? Most of the Trump campaign's contests have promised once-in-a-lifetime experiences, VIP trips to Mr. Trump's private resorts, VIP trips to his campaign rallies or fundraising receptions. Contest prizes have included round-trip airfare, hotel accommodations, and a photo with Mr. Trump with approximate retail values running up to $24,000, but there's no evidence any of them have been executed on. Some smaller sweepstakes include MAGA hats, autographed footballs, you see more here. In all, the combined approximate retail value of the contest prizes offered by the Trump campaign since Mr. Trump announced his candidacy total more than $180,000. And the Times could not even verify that a vast majority of the value has made its way to Trump's supporters. I really quickly want to boost our pro-democracy candidate. Again, it's very important. Let's watch this clip of VP Harris eviscerating Trump.
He cares about the kinds of people who run the businesses he runs, big developers, billionaires. He's not looking out for middle class folks. You look at what he is proposing in terms of cutting, if you look at the cost that middle class families bear, healthcare costs. We have capped the cost of insulin at $35 a month for seniors. Black folks are 60% more likely to be diagnosed with diabetes. Under Project 2025, they would undo that $35 cap. You look at what he is planning to do that is about getting rid of the Department of Education and Head Start programs. Who do you think that's going to affect? So there is, first of all, a danger in terms of understanding. There are 2 choices in this election, and understanding what Donald Trump intends for middle-class families. 2, look at it in the context of how he actually thinks and talks about black folks in America. And you and I have talked about this before. He is not looking out for folks when he was a landlord and would not rent to black families, sued for it. When he took out a full-page ad in the New York Times against those 5 teenagers, black and Latino, who were innocent, saying they should be executed, the Central Park 5. When you look at the first black president of the United States, and he had birther lines, and now you look at black immigrants, legal immigrants in Springfield, Ohio, and he gets on a debate stage and says they're eating their pets? Come on. This man is dangerous.
Kamala Harris is absolutely killing it, and the best part is that clip went mega viral. And I want to keep breaking down this email scam because it gets worse, but I just want to contrast that to the way that Donald Trump talked in this Maria Bartiromo interview, and his voice just sounds shot. His voice sounds gone.
Bureaucrats undermining you.
Well, they're going
in a
to
second
undermine.
term.
Well, I always say so. We have two enemies. We have the outside enemy, and then we have the enemy from within.
Just look at the way he is absolutely losing his mind. I mean, the fact that this is so close, on my other screen I have 538 pulled up because I always do. Harris wins only half of the times and Trump wins half of the times. How is this a coin flip? Look at this man. How is this a coin flip? But just listen to what he's saying. He's calling Democrats the enemy from within.
And the enemy from within, in my opinion, is more dangerous than China, Russia, and all these countries, because if you have a smart president, he can handle them pretty easily. I got along great with all, I handled them. But the thing that's tougher to handle are these lunatics that we have inside, like Adam Shifty Schiff. Think of this guy's going to be a senator. He's running against a guy that doesn't understand politics at all, Garvey, but he was a good baseball player. But he doesn't understand politics at all. Adam Shifty Schiff, who's a total sleazebag, is going to become a senator. But I call him the enemy from within. When you look at the danger he put our country in, potentially with...
Adam Schiff is one of the sweetest, most normal people ever. I don't know how Donald Trump is arriving to this conclusion. And then Donald Trump says totally illegal. Trump escalates rhetoric on outlawing political dissent and criticism. Quote, this is out of an autocratic playbook. Autocrats consolidate their power once they're in office, and anything that threatens their power becomes illegal, says a historian that studies authoritarianism and autocracy. And that is what Donald Trump is doing. He is laying the groundwork right now by attacking the media, attacking Democrats, calling them the enemy from within, undermining the FBI, the DOJ, all of these institutions that are far from perfect, but they don't need to be torn down by a wannabe dictator, to quote General Mark Milley. Really quickly before I return to the main article, Donald Trump is ramping up his rhetoric, depicting his political rivals and critics as criminals, while dropping a long trail of suggestions that he favors outlawing political speech that he deems misleading or challenges his claims to power. How have we found ourselves in this situation where this goofy ass grifter has so much actual power in the US and has a 50% chance of winning? It is insane. Now, the Trump campaign did not confirm that each contest had a winner. It also did not provide any winners' names, photos, or links to any Christmas videos. In several emails to subscribers since late August, the Trump campaign has included two photos it said were of contest winners. A man named William McGuffin and his son, as well as another pair whose names the campaign did not provide. A Times review of local news and social media sources did not find any winners for the other 39 contests. The Trump campaign provided two statements, one by Mr. McGuffin and one by a campaign advisor. Mr. McGuffin said that he and his son went to their first and only political rally on May 1st and received a call on May 3rd saying he'd won a trip to Formula One's Miami Grand Prix for a private meet and greet with Mr. Trump, and that is when he took that photo. Here's the thing, contests like the ones both the Trump campaign and the Harris campaign have run are legally considered sweepstakes, so they're fine, but there are rules about whether you can have a winner. You need to have a winner. Quote, sweepstakes rules should be crystal clear about whether a sponsor will award all prizes or whether a sponsor will choose alternate winners if the original potential winners are disqualified. Any ambiguity could lead to a legal challenge from an entrant or even a regulator. And the Harris campaign provided the Times with the names of winners for 6 of its 9 contests. The remaining 3 are still ongoing, or the campaign is working out the timing as the campaign is still pretty new, but 6 out of its 9 contests, that is a high number right there, and they're still working on some. The Trump campaign provided 2 out of 41. 39 of them, they gave no information. Let me know what you guys think about the scam in the comment section below. I love to hear from you guys. If you made it this far in the video, drop a like, subscribe, comment some blue hearts, and hi Adam. Most importantly, have a great rest of your Monday, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.